Master these commands and become a DevOps hero. From zero to hero, let's automate it all.
All right, let's get right into it. If you're getting your hands dirty in the DevOps world, you already know the Linux command line isn't just another tool. Nope, it is the absolute backbone of pretty much everything we do, from spinning up cloud instances to troubleshooting containers.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? For any engineer who's serious about their craft, the command line is where you live. It's all about speed and reliability. It's where the real power is.
But let's be real for a second. The first time you open that terminal, it can feel like staring into the void. There are just so many commands. So the big question is, where do you even begin?
Well, we're going to start with the absolute fundamentals, just finding your way around. You know, before you can build a house, you got to be able to walk around the property. It's the same idea here.
Your first port of call, and probably one of the commands you'll type the most, is pwd. It stands for Print Working Directory, and it does exactly what it says. It's like the "you are here" dot on a mall map. Instantly tells you where you are.
Okay, so you know where you are, but what's around you? That's what ls is for. It lists everything in your current directory. But here's the pro tip. ls by itself is good, but with flags, it's great. Use lsl for a long, detailed list with permissions and dates, and use lsa to see all files, including those hidden ones that usually hold important configurations.
And of course, you're not going to stand still. To actually move around, you need cd, which stands for Change Directory. This is your workhorse command for jumping between folders and getting to where the action is.
And one last little quality of life command that you will thank me for later is clear. After running a bunch of commands, your screen gets super cluttered, right? Just type clear, hit enter, and boom, a nice clean slate to work with. It's fantastic for focus.
All right, we've got navigation down. Now it's time to pop the hood and check the system's vitals. This next batch of commands is all about making sure your machine is healthy and connected to the world.
Is your application running slow? Maybe you're running out of memory. The free command is your friend here. It gives you a super quick look at how much memory is being used and how much is still available. It's a critical first step in troubleshooting.
Now for disk space, we've got this classic duo, df and du. They sound similar, but they do very different things. Think of df, or disk free, as the high-level view. It shows you how much space is left on all your drives. But when you see a drive is almost full and you need to know what's eating up all that space, you use du, or disk usage. It helps you hunt down those giant log files or folders.
When it comes to networking, you're going to see ifconfig in a lot of old tutorials. And yeah, it's a classic. It works. But honestly, the powerful modern tool you really want to get comfortable with is IP. It can do everything ifconfig does and a whole lot more. It's the future, so you might as well learn it now.
Curl. This command is like a Swiss Army knife for the internet. You can use it to quickly check if a website is up, test an API endpoint, or download a file. And a handy trick is using the O flag to save whatever you're grabbing directly into a file. Super useful.
If you need to connect to a remote server securely, and you definitely do, it all starts with SSH keys. The command SSH keygen is your first step. It creates that crucial public and private key pair that lets you log in without a password. This is non-negotiable for real-world security.
Okay, we've looked around, we've checked the vitals. Now it's time to actually start building things, and more importantly, securing them. This is all about creating files and folders and controlling who can touch them.
Let's do a quick fire round of 4 essential commands. mkdr-p is a lifesaver. It creates a whole chain of directories at once. Touch is the fastest way to make a new, empty file. Echo is great for putting a little bit of text into a file. And cat is your go-to for quickly seeing what's inside a file.
Now, permissions. This looks intimidating, but I promise it's just simple addition. Everything is based on these 3 numbers. Read is 4, write is 2, and execute is 1. You just add them up. So if you want to give someone full access, read, write, and execute, you just do 4 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 7. That's it.
So how do you actually apply those numbers? Well, you use chmod, which stands for change mode, to set those read, write, execute permissions. And then you use chown for change owner to say who a file belongs to. With these 2 commands, you have total control over who can do what.
All right, now we're getting into the real ops part of DevOps. This is about managing the living, breathing parts of your system, the users who log in, the processes that are running, and the services that keep everything online.
First up, users. User add is simple enough. It adds a new user. But the real power comes when you use group add. This lets you create groups, put users into them, and then assign permissions to the entire group at once. It's how you manage access for a whole team without pulling your hair out.
So what's actually running on your machine right now? You've got two main tools. PS is like taking a photo. It gives you a static snapshot of all the processes at this very moment. But if you want a live video feed, you use Top. It's a constantly updating dashboard that shows you what's hogging your CPU and memory in real time.
So what happens when you see a process in Top that's gone wild? It's a simple two-step takedown. First, you get its process ID, or PID, using the PID-off command. Then you use the kill command with that PID. And that's it. Process terminated.
And finally, for the big background services, things like Docker, Nginx, your database, the command you need to know is system control. This is the master control panel for modern Linux systems. You'll use it to start, stop, restart, and check the status of all your critical services.
So, let's just quickly recap your new Essential Toolkit. To see what's around you, you use ls. To manage your network, it's IP. To control security, you've got chmod. To watch what your system's doing live, you use top. And to manage all your core services, systemctl is your command center. If you master these, you are well on your way.
Look, with these commands, you're not just a passive user anymore. You are an administrator. You have the keys to the kingdom.